Now let's get into Zero. He looks a little bit creepy, not gonna lie. He looks a little bit odd, a little bit strange, but he is a ghost dog after all. Hello YouTube, my name is sezrawrr and welcome to another spooky, scary Halloween Sims 4 video. And this one I'm really excited because there's actually kind of like two parts to it. We're doing another Halloween Kaz video, creator sim video, and this one is very important to me because we are making characters from my favorite movie of all time, which is The Nightmare Before Christmas. So I've decided that I'd like to make Jack, Sally, and Zero into their own little family. So I'm going to do actually a speed create of them in Kaz. I'm going to talk over how I actually made the structure of these sims, and then I've got some special custom content at the end of the video that I'm going to show you that is going to truly transform them into their true selves. But also, speaking of transformations, I am going to be turning myself into Sally on my other channel. So at the end of this video, when I transform Jack and Sally into their true selves, I will also be Sally myself. I'm really excited for it. So if you would like to see me turn myself into Sally, I will link the video in the description down below. It is on my other channel. Without further ado, let me get into showing you how I built the basic creation of Jack, Sally, and Zero. So let's get into it. So we started off with this man and I made him Jack Skellington. I took off all of his hair. I gave him the palest skin tone. I wanted to make his eyes really big because they kind of are like hollow eye sockets and they are really big. So I was kind of all over the place when I did this. I'm back and forth between the body and the face, but I am going to be talking more about the face now. So I do have custom content eye overrides as well. So what you're seeing here is custom content. There were some issues with custom content eyes though, so I don't know if you'll actually be able to download these ones at the moment, but I made his face super short and super round so that it looked more like his face. I made his nose as sunken in as I could, and then I made his mouth kind of thin. That's really all there is. I do end up taking his eyebrows off, I think. And then for his ears as well, I made them as close to his head as I could. So then for his body, I made his frame as small as I could. I ended up making him even thinner than he is here, but I think I'm working on his aspiration at the moment. So I tried to think of traits that I would give Jack. So he is an ambitious person because he wants to try and make Christmas in Halloween Town. So that's pretty ambitious. I also gave him the book lover because he did a lot of studying up in his tower, and then for the longest time I was like, do I do gloomy or romantic, and I couldn't figure it out, and then it just kablamo just came into my head like dog lover. He has Zero. Why would he not be a dog lover? So then picking his actual aspiration was difficult as well. So I ended up just going with book smart, where you aspire to have multiple different skills that you learn over your life, all that stuff. So then we get into Sally now. I'm pretty sure her last name is Stitches. I'm not entirely sure, but that's what I put in. Sally Stitches is what I called her. So again, working on her frame. She's got quite a thin waist, so I did that, and then we put this blue on her, but trust me, when you see the custom content, it's going to completely change how she looks even here and now. It's going to be amazing. So again, with her neck, I made it smaller, made Jack smaller because they're skeleton, and I went back and fixed Jack's frame here as well. So I made him truly tiny because that's what he needed. Made Sally's waist even smaller than it was because that's how she is. She has a very small waist. She's very thin, but she's a rag doll, so that's totally fine. I took off both eyebrows. I knew I took eyebrows off on them, so I gave Sally some of the custom content eyelashes that I use all the time, and again, needed to make her eyes really big, but her actual like color of her eyes and her pupils really small because that's how she is. Made her face shape around the same shape as Jack's because they do have kind of a similar face shape. Gave her some plumper lips, made her nose look a little bit more cute and buttony, and again, I think I brought the ears as close as I could into the head. So she looks a bit like at the moment, but that's kind of how she does look. That's just Sally. That's how she is. So just putting the little final touches on her face now. I'm really happy with how both of these two came out. Like, as their basic forms, the custom content is going to make them all look amazing though. You just wait until you see. So then for Sally's aspiration, I knew straight away I wanted to do big happy family. I also knew that she needed to be a foodie because she was doing all the cooking and poisoning the doctor, and then she's romantic because she's in love with Jack and she worries about him, and it's all very cute. And then I decided to do family oriented as the last trait. Now let's get into Zero, and I called him Zero Best Boy because Zero is best boy. So interestingly enough, I have never done create a pet before, and I was marveling at all the different things you could do. Like, you can have a skeleton dog. I had no idea you can have a Sally Stitches dog. If only this is what I was doing in this video, but I'm not. But I was just marveling at it because I've never actually done create a pet before. So I know that there are so many different breeds you can choose from. You can customize like everything here. I'm doing the eyes, and I made them nice and big and round and black, and I made his little nose orange because that's what I needed to do. I can't have a pumpkin nose for him, so he's gonna have an orange nose. I knew he needed really long ears because they kind of flap in the air behind him as he's moving. And then you can paint on your pets as well, so I did some black around the eyes just to make them look bigger and black and hollow as well. And then I kind of wasn't really happy with like the breed of the dog, so I was going through seeing if I could find like the shape of Zero better. It's hard because the dog's not going to be floating in the air like Zero does, but I wanted a long-haired dog to kind of give the element of his like floating ness, if you know what I mean, like his ripply floatingness, and I did that with the long-haired dog. So also Zero does have a curly tail. It's something I didn't actually realize, but he does have a curly tail, not exactly like this, but it does curl. And then the long ears again were needed. His orange nose again was needed. So he looks a little bit creepy, not gonna lie. He looks a little bit odd, a little bit strange, but he is a ghost dog after all. But yeah, so I was really happy with that. So there we have Jack, we have Sally, and we have Zero. I'm gonna go transform myself into Sally now, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna reveal and I'm gonna show you all of the custom content on Jack, Sally, and Zero that I got for them.
2 hours later.
So here I am, my transformation is complete into Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. It was filmed and documented, and it has been uploaded to my other channel, SKELLINGTON'S, so if you want to see how I became Sally, check out that video. I will link it in the description down below. But let's get back to Jack, Sally, and Zero and finish off their transformation. So let's start with Jack. What we're going to do is we're going to go into makeup and into face paint, and there is the Jack face paint right there. So let's chuck that on. Oh, hell yeah. So that is that. Unfortunately, no one has made Jack's suit, so I can't have Jack's suit identical to what it actually is, but we might go into some of the vampires' tuxes. If that were pinstripe, that would be perfect, but it's not. I downloaded a piece of custom content. It's like the best pinstripe suit that I could find. Yeah, this suit is just flat out not here. I don't know where it is, so I'm gonna try and find a suit that I think would work for this look. I mean, that doesn't look too bad, does it? So I think that's what I'm gonna have to do for Jack until someone very talented and clever is able to make his suit. I think that's the best that I can do in the game. I'm really sorry I couldn't find the custom content one that I have. It just was not there for some reason, wasn't turning up. Hey guys, it's Editing Sarah from the future, and I was a big silly when I was recording this video because for some reason I didn't even think to look for the suit that I had downloaded for Jack in separated tops and pants. So I ended up finding them. So here they are. This is the outfit I had originally planned for Jack. No one has actually made Jack's suit with the bat tie, so unfortunately this is the best that I could do. I still think that it looks alright though. So this is what Jack's going to look like when I post him to the gallery, but like I mentioned at the end of this video, you will need this custom content as well as like his body paint here to have him look the way he does here. And also while I'm here, I just wanted to show you Zero's traits and what breed of dog he is as well. So he's a German Spitz, and his traits, he is vocal because he's very vocal in trying to get Jack to do the right thing and looking after Jack and all that stuff. And then he's also incredibly loyal and very adventurous as well, as he guides the sleigh for Jack as well. Let's get into Sally and her creation now, and it's really exciting for Sally because we get to do some hair for her. There is a specific hair that I downloaded for her, and it is this one by Nightcrawler. She's got red hair just like me, but now we get to put on her face makeup. It's incredibly exciting, and here it is. So, oh, her color of her skin changes just like mine did in my transformation. So there is Sally's body as well, but now we get to chuck her in a dress, and there's actually a couple of options that I have. I'm going to show you with the option I'm not going to go with first though, just so you guys can see. So Renora Sims made this dress. It is a patch dress. It comes in all sorts of different colors, and they're multiple swatches of multiple different colors. So this would be the one that I would go with. I just feel like the colors aren't quite right. They're not quite what I'm looking for. So then there is this dress by Sentate, and they did a swatch of Sally's dress that is absolute perfection in my opinion. So then we're gonna chuck on some shoes. She kind of wears like little booties, like little boots with heels on them, if memory serves. It's been a while since I've looked at her feet. So maybe we could go with like these black ones. I don't know. Let's see if I can find some that I think would work better. There we go. I think they'll work. They'll do the trick anyway. So there is Sally. And then let's get Zero finished for the final part of his transformation. I forgot what he looks like for a second there. We need to put on a collar for Zero. Let's check on this one without the little studs. He doesn't need the studs, just needs a red collar for Zero. And there we go. That's the transformation complete for Jack Skellington, Sally Stitches, and their dog Zero. So if you would like to download this family, they will be on the gallery under my gallery ID is sezrawrr. I'll just quickly chuck up my gallery page so that you can see. So it is sezrawrr spelt up here. Currently we have a couple more things than what is available here, but sezrawrr, you will find this family. And then I also wanted to show you what they're going to look like on the gallery. So this is going to be their photo. You will need the cats and dogs pack specifically for Zero, but there are no other packs besides that. It's all just base game, and then the custom content for Jack and Sally as well. In order to have Jack's face look like that, Sally's face, her hair, her dress, you will need the custom content linked in the description down below. So if I save these to the gallery, when you download them into your game, if you do not have the custom content that's needed, they will not look like this. So all of that will be linked in the description down below. But guys, that is all I have for this Jack Skellington, Sally Stitches, and Zero Nightmare Before Christmas creator sim video. I hope that you enjoyed it. But if you would like to see more of me and my spooky Halloween content, I'm still going to be looking like this for one more video. So if you would like to see that, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of when all of my videos come out so that you do not miss out. And if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leave me a comment as well. Who is your favorite transformation? I think Sally is my personal favorite transformation in this video, just because I couldn't quite find what I was looking for Jack. Jack is my favorite Nightmare Before Christmas character, but for the transformation, Sally takes the cake. But guys, I hope you're having a very spooky day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!